Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Acupuncture is My Life. Now, in this episode, I decided to discuss something that so many people are experiencing periodically, and many, and I say many because I'm one who's against speaking in absolute terms, and I don't want to use all, so I'll say many, throughout their lifetime, has experienced some type of cramping in their legs, whether it's in the calf muscle, hamstring. Many, throughout their lifetime, have experienced cramping of the legs. And even outside of the Acupuncture is My Life clinic here in New York City, many individuals, my colleagues and I, we spoke of this topic in passing. It's just a subject we touched on a few occasions. So more times than not, when I'm speaking to you, I'm speaking from a global platform. Okay. The Acupuncture is My Life podcast is listened to in many countries, on many continents. And I have colleagues from Canada to South America, India, Iran, Italy, Spain, France, UK, Australia, different areas in South Africa, Egypt, Ivory Coast, Beijing, China, Japan. Ooh, it goes on that. But I mean, and we engage in virtual meetings a few times a week. Not everyone shows up at every virtual session. So when I'm asking questions, before I even present a topic, I've surveyed my colleagues around the globe. And muscle cramps of the legs, cramping of the legs was just a topic. Like I said, we touched on a few times, but only because today, during a quick lunch break, I went to the organic supermarket just to pick up some soup, some split pea soup. Delicious. And there was a gentleman online, and I mean, he was really like, it seemed as if there was some serious discomfort of the calf muscle. And of course, I recommended he come by the clinic and let us assess him and, see what's going on. He came by. But he really sparked the thought of discussing this in a podcast, because many individuals ask why. And when you can get the answer or answers to why, that can really, really change a person's life. And cramping of the legs isn't something that, let's say, only athletes experience because they exercise a lot and so forth. I mean, obese individuals, pregnant women, the elderly, infants, and it goes on and on. So, this isn't just isolated to maybe one or a group of individuals. But what are some of the reasons? One in which I notice a lot is dehydration. Because it's not just my patients, but there's many individuals, in general, that I ask whenever they're faced with certain disorders, how much water do you drink on average per day? And you'll be surprised that the vast majority ranges between 16 to 32 ounces of water per day. And then sometimes I'll just sit or just talk with an individual and allow them to realize how much fluids they put out on average. And then just simply ask, now, do you feel you're replacing what you're putting out on average? And the overwhelming response is no. Okay? The overwhelming response is no. Now, when you're dehydrated, muscle tissue begins to spasm. It does. And it doesn't matter why you're dehydrated. I mean, it could be you just live in a hot environment. You exercise a lot. But you're not replacing what you've lost. And on average, for women who don't exercise, you're somewhat active, yes. Active being you don't sit on a sofa or couch all day, but you do chores. You go to work, you come from work, you're active at work. Your travels to and from. The average woman should be drinking 2.7 liters of water per day. Male, on average, 3.7 liters of water per day. And it's not all at once, and try and stop somewhere in the ballpark of 2 hours before going to bed. But if you can do, let's say, 4 consecutive days, 2.7 liters for women, 3.7 liters for men, that amount, I tell you what you do. Message me on the 5th day and tell me how you feel. I pretty much know the answer, but you tell me how you feel. Now, many individuals have excuses. Oh my gosh, I can't drink water because it makes me go to the bathroom a lot. I'm at work. I got to do this and I have to do that. And I understand, but is whatever you're doing worth compromising your health? And water, remaining hydrated isn't just about muscle cramping. Muscle cramping is an indicator of dehydration. That's what that is. But good health requires you be hydrated. Now, so think of the alternative as to what you're trading in. Okay? Think of the alternative as to what you're trading in. Now, another reason for leg cramps is just not stretching. And you know what? My next episode, I may discuss the importance of stretching every day. But it can be due to lack of stretching or a sedentary lifestyle, being inactive. You know, if you do brisk walks like I recommend, everyone Get in 30 minutes a day, every day, if possible. "30 to 40 minutes of exercise per day is like, it's awesome. Stretch afterward. Because then you'll appreciate it later. Because there are those that do take the next step and add walking, jogging, some exercise to their daily routine. But, oh, now doc, you're asking for too much. Now you want me to stretch afterwards?" Yes. And then I'll hear, "Gosh, my legs are cramping up. It's annoying," because you're not stretching. And in some cases, some individuals are not active. It's important to be active. Another is relative to diet. Are you electrolyte deficient? One thing's for sure is, for smooth muscle contraction, you have to have a balance between potassium and calcium in your blood. To become deficient in either potassium or calcium, voila, muscle spasms, which is another indicator of deficiency. This is why I speak a lot when I'm discussing Eastern nutrition, the importance of fruits and vegetables. So important. Stay away from the processed foods. Healthy, balanced diet, and you wouldn't be concerned as to whether you're electrolyte deficient or not. Which is again why I say seeing an acupuncturist for regular wellness visits. Because we go over Eastern nutrition with you. Your body, we can read your body in some cases better than you can. Because in this crazy society we live in today, I mean, we've become so disconnected with our own health, and that's bad. But you want your appropriate servings of vegetables and fruits to keep your mineral levels balanced. Because again, health is wealth. The wealth isn't in the bank. It's not in the safe. It's not in your purse. It's not in your pocket. It's not under your mattress. It's not in the shoebox in the closet. It's not under the doghouse in the backyard. It's in you. You even want to be conscious of sodium levels. I mean, so many individuals are drunk off of, stay away from salt. Salt is bad. No, we need salt. Quality salt, like sea salt, pink Himalayan salt. But we need salt. Salt is important to an acupuncturist tied to the kidneys. If you ever have craving for salt, it could be a sign of kidney deficiency, but you'd have to see an acupuncturist first for that to be confirmed. But guess what? Low sodium count does contribute to muscle spasm. It also increases stress hormones, which is not good as well. Another's aging. Because you, well, I can't say you already know, but some may know. With age comes muscle atrophy. And as we lose muscle mass, we tend to experience more in the way of muscle cramps. Once you get around 55, it's important that you exercise regularly and increase your protein intake in order to help protect muscle mass. It's important. Another reason for muscle cramps, especially in the legs, is thyroid. It may be time to see an endocrinologist, an acupuncturist. Output of low thyroid hormones can cause that as well. That's why I say over and over, see a physician on an annual basis. Make regular wellness visits to an acupuncturist. Super important that you make acupuncture a part of your life, because acupuncture is my life. What's yours?